Hello, this is Valerie from Flat to Fabulous with part two of the How To series, dealing with the difficult. So this is getting on with people, not necessarily at Christmas time, but at work. And this is why it's formed part of my ebook, Happy Working, which is due out in January. However, because it is Christmas, I think we could do with a sneak preview right now. So yesterday was more about building rapport with people, say at parties, social events. Today is actually when you find yourself confronted with someone who's leading into a very difficult conversation that you really don't want to continue with. The thing about these situations are if you allow yourself to stay in that conversation, even if you don't want to, you're the one that comes away feeling in a bad mood. And why should someone have that power over you? So, this is how to extricate yourself from these types of conversations. I've used all of these in the workplace, not always in the same workplace, and they've worked for me. Now, this one I used, and I went from when I was working in the UK, I went from hating this particular job to absolutely loving the job. The job hadn't changed, but how I dealt with the people who were extremely negative um, made the difference. And that's all it was. And I call it deflecting the negative. So you don't actually agree or respond to them. These people want to be heard. So just let them speak, but then don't actually agree with them. Just say, I hadn't noticed, or I hadn't thought of it like that. So it's a non-committal way of acknowledging that you've listened to them, but you're not actually agreeing with them. And because you're not confronting them or arguing with them or agreeing with them, there's no opinion. You've actually got nothing to say there. And those conversations do actually fizzle out because once they've had their rant, you can just say, "Oh, I hadn't noticed," and then you can actually leave that conversation without getting their back up or getting down another track where you don't really want to talk to them. I recommend giving this a go because this has worked for me in a very toxic workplace. Okay, outright and upfront deflection. That's for when they just won't stop. Okay, somebody just will not stop. There's someone toxic in the workplace. There's someone who's moaning. It's up to you what kind of phrase you come up with. I've used all of these. Okay, but before you go to this Christmas dinner, this social event, or whatever it is, or if it's a workplace thing, and you know this person is going to come up to you every single Monday morning, plan. Okay, plan a phrase or phrases to use to just stop them. So, I have a headache. I really don't want to talk about this right now. What can they say? You're not actually challenging them. You're not challenging the topic. You're actually saying, I just can't. Okay, I'm a bit under the weather. Another time. Or you could use this one. I'm having a bit of a day myself and I really just don't want to talk about anything negative right now. Or I don't want to talk about this right now. And that does stop it. If they don't stop, just repeat the phrase over and over and over again until they stop. Again, you're not confronting them with whatever they're talking about. Politics and religion will probably feature quite heavily at this time of year. You're not actually, going against what they're saying. It's just stop, repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, and the third one. Again, it's a little bit like number one, this one, but you are actually addressing their opinion. I don't have a strong enough opinion on that. I've got nothing to say. I just have nothing to say. And if you do use this one, I'm not comfortable talking about that. Be prepared for them to ask why. Now, my husband's actually used these with some very hostile people with enormous success. But just be careful with this third one. Be prepared for them to ask why. But you can actually just say that, look, I'm sitting on the fence with that one. I just don't have anything to say. I don't feel strongly enough to discuss it. You obviously have something to say about it, but I've got nothing. And like I said, these are all tried and tested. Give them a go. I would love to know what you think. Like I said, this is part of happy working. There is another a third one, which is when the conversations get to quite an extreme level. But this is the festive season. Let's keep it positive. So please have a go at these and the ones from yesterday and let me know how you get on.